CBD FAQ Sheet that I'm going to share with customers who come into Sweetheart, Alabama, located in the magical city, Camellia City of Greenville, Alabama. And my cat is very excited about it, so you may hear him screaming at some point. The reason that I'm sharing this, and I want to go over it personally, if you received one of these or if you came and picked up one of these at the shop but didn't have time to talk to me, I'm going to go over it with you. And this is just something I've put together. There's a lot more research for you to do. You should always do your own research on any supplement that you are putting in your body, especially CBD. Okay, so I compiled these facts from medical sites, websites, studies. I did not use CBD company marketing literature. I am finding lots of problems with some company literature. Obviously not the company literature that I am choosing to use, because I'm using 3 very reputable companies, and I'll explain those in a video later. Okay. Number 1, can CBD make me fail a drug test? Okay. I've heard a lot of people saying no way, no how, but it has made people fail drug tests before. And it is very unlikely that that would happen, but it is possible. So here's my take on that. I don't want anyone to take a chance with their job. If your job depends on whether or not you test positive for THC or, God forbid, drug court or whatever you're getting drug tested for, I don't want you to lose your job because of that. You should know the facts. It is possible to fail a drug test. Yes. The reason why is we metabolize things differently. Even the minute amounts of THC found in legal CBD oil. Another reason is you got a hold of a tainted product that didn't have accurate third-party testing. We'll talk about this in a second. You really need to trust the company that you buy the CBD oil from. But yeah, it's possible. Now, if you find a company that they will not admit that there's any, like, this is the miracle drug you've been waiting for, you can take it with anything, it won't cause use some common sense here. There should be some red flags to consumers if they are more concerned with selling you something than your safety in any health business, any diet, supplement, any vitamin, mineral, herbal supplement. If they're more concerned about selling you something than your actual safety and knowing what you're taking already, that should be a red flag to you. Okay. Is CBD safe to take with all pharmaceuticals? Why, no. CBD can interfere with the body's ability to metabolize certain drugs by inhibiting an enzyme. The rule of thumb in general, and this is not all encompassing, but if your prescription drug has a warning to not consume grapefruit while taking this medicine, you should probably not consume CBD while taking that medicine. And here's a quote from the CBD Project CBD, sorry. It turns out CBD is more potent inhibitor of cytochrome P450 enzymes than the grapefruit compound bergaptan, the strongest of several grapefruit components that inhibit CYPs. Okay, here's some extreme, and these are extreme examples. Warfarin, CBD reduces the enzymatic degradation of warfarin, thereby increasing its duration of action and effect. That's scary. This is why you should always speak with your doctor. And by the way, on this handout, I have all of my sources here, so you can check them out yourself. Chemo drugs. Okay, this is a big one too. And by the way, and I know I'm getting off on a side note here, but it really, really bothers me when people use essential oils for people with chemo. That is so freaking dangerous. Please, please do your research before you start diffusing essential oils or God forbid, putting essential oils on someone while they're experiencing chemo. It's so very dangerous. And that's one of the reasons I get so angry with people who just think essential oils are room fresheners. They're medicines, and they're very dangerous when you're on chemo. Okay, but so is CBD. In cancer treatment, the precise dosing of chemo is extremely important, and doctors often struggle to find the maximum dose that won't also be toxic to the person. So a lot of these chemo drugs are oxidized by CYPs before their inactivation or excretion. That means for patients using CBD, the same dose of chemo may produce higher blood concentrations. If CBD inhibits the cytochrome-medicated metabolism of the chemo, the dosage adjustments aren't made, and then the chemo is stronger in your body. Please, please be careful with this, guys. Okay? You can't just add these natural supplements willy-nilly and think they won't. I mean, they're medicines too, and we have to be very, very careful, please. This is a big controversy here. Epilepsy drugs. Well, aren't kids taking CBD to keep them from having seizures? Why, yes. And that is why it's so important that your doctor is involved in this process, even if your doctor doesn't know what you're doing. If you have an epilepsy doctor, okay, they should know about CBD, I would think, especially with kids. But some epileptic patients have encountered issues with how CBD interacts with their medication, okay? And so you have to be a little bit careful with this. Please talk to your doctor before you start CBD if you're a person who's on pharmaceutical drugs, or especially multiple pharmaceutical drugs, okay? Are all CBD oils safe to use? Why, no, because some of these companies are not producing CBD oil safely. Please research your company first. Look for organically grown hemp, preferably grown in the United States, using safe extracted methods. CO2 is the safe way to extract the oil from the hemp, not hexane or butane extraction. And look for third-party testing. And if the company won't provide it, that's a red flag to me. Look, people are jumping. This is a craze right now. People are jumping on this CBD craze. Yes, I believe it has amazing healing properties, but only if it's used correctly. Now, down here, I'll probably change this because I realize it has a little bit of an attitude. Is it safe to buy CBD oil from a gas station? I would say no. This is my opinion. Here's why. Would you go buy and sure, there might be some reputable gas station owners who are into health as well, but this is stuff that you put inside your body for medicine. Please if you cannot see the chain of custody of this product, please don't use it. What if that CBD oil is bad? What if that CBD oil, like lots of things people have bought at gas stations, isn't CBD oil? Who are you going to complain to? The gas station owner? They don't know where they got it. They got it from China. So just please be careful. Talk to your healthcare provider. If you're not on prescription medication, talk to your local health food store, your herbalist. Don't just go put this stuff in your body willy-nilly. Let's talk about Alabama. Are CBD gummies legal in Alabama? No, and neither are dabs. Only the oil. Attorney General Steve Marshall, in his updated note about CBD oil, said that only the oil is legal. Everything else should be regulated by the FDA. And by the way, because a lot of disreputable companies, multi-level marketing companies, and not all of them are bad, but some of them have jumped into this because there's so much money to be made. I think we're going to get a lot of adulterated products. We're going to get a lot of people who hurt themselves, and the FDA is going to jump in take away our right to sell CBD and give it just to pharmaceutical companies because people are going to be irresponsible. That's my opinion. So what are the important things to know about dosing CBD? Do not overtake CBD. Do not take too much. Please, if you have a prescribed medication, you still need to talk to your physician. Less is more always with CBD. And by the way, it is very complicated because you're using droppers, and one bottle may have 60 milligrams of CBD, and one may have 1,000. Please do your research. Don't just take this stuff and expect it to be the magic without you having to know how to take it or what you're taking in your body. Those are the old days when people would take a pill blindly by a doctor. That's dangerous. Please do your own research. Okay, here's some more info on the possible drug interactions. Obviously, we use our endocannabinoid system to process CBD, and that is why our bodies are so ready to use THC and CBD for medicine, because we have a system in our body that's there to use it. But it's still important to be very mindful of this if you're taking prescription medication, okay? This cytochrome P450 enzyme system is in the liver, and that's what metabolizes toxic compounds and prescription medications. If you're only on one medicine, usually your doctor and your pharmacist are accurate on prescribing what to take. As the number of drugs and, by the way, toxic compounds increase, so if you're eating crappy food, the ability to process these substances becomes slower. And cannabidiol, CBD, can slow down this system, making the drugs metabolize slower than they would on their own. And right now, we don't know all of the intricacies of dosing of CBD and how it affects the levels of other drug metabolism. So we have to be very careful. If you keep a dosage low enough, excuse me, of CBD, there's usually not any sort of drug interaction. Always with CBD, less is the best, okay? And I mean, start off usually with a drop or two a day to see how you're going to react to it, even if you're not on prescription drugs. The Indiana University Department of Medicine lists these drugs that possibly may interact with CBD. So just something to think about. If you are on any of these drugs, and by the way, the drugs that treat these drugs treat the symptoms that CBD could be taken care of, and of some of them, not all of them, certainly. And please talk to your doctor first. In fact, this is a good time to talk to your doctor about weaning yourself getting off of certain medications. If you have decided that you're going to live a healthier lifestyle where you wouldn't need those drugs in the first place. It's your decision, and I'm not going to get into it exactly right now, but there it is. So sorry at the end here. I'm going to stop this broadcast, and if you have any questions, say hello to me sometimes. Thanks.